Hey, boys and girls, today we're going to talk about voice in our writing and how to use voice as a writer. So, the great authors of our world do a brilliant job of creating voice for their characters and for their style of writing. So, if you think about Wish that we've been reading aloud, the story is written from Charlie's point of view, right? And so, when Barbara O'Connor writes it, Mrs. Boone and I are reading, we're reading from Charlie's point of view, from her voice, her style. And there's definitely a very distinct style or way. This isn't how Barbara O'Connor talks. Barbara O'Connor's a smart lady. She knows not to say me and Howard, right? But Charlie says me and Howard because she's been bounced around and hasn't always had the greatest opportunities for school and education. So that's her voice. Many of you have noticed in your writing, if you put yourself first, I highlighted it and told you to fix it, right? Because in order to get the good scores on your writing, you need to have the proper grammar in place and you need to practice using proper grammar so that you use it when you speak, when you're out and about in the community, when you're interviewing for a job one day, when you're in Miss Cologne's AP Lang class. You have to make sure that you're using proper grammar, proper way of speaking. But um, the way you speak, the style in which you talk, can be part of your voice as a writer that can make the reader more engaged. It's your own style that makes the piece more personal feeling and more engaging. So, one of the ways you can add some voice to your writing is by adding and particularly in the narrative, adding your opinions, your feelings that make words make ideas and feelings come to life, and it demonstrates your personality, right? Are you someone who's really serious, who rarely messes up? And this instance where you're writing about today is very unusual and totally different? Or are you someone who's carefree and just kind of takes life as it comes and this crazy thing happened, right? Which one of those people are you? Or are you somewhere in between? Are you someone who gets angry really fast or are you always chill? What's the story? Who are you? You can convey some of that in your writing. So if we look at our next slide, 48, here's where you're going to want to take some notes so that you are going to make some of these notes on your slide 48, okay? So here are a few ways that you can use voice in your writing. One of the ways is that you can ask a question, right? In your writing, that doesn't mean you're going to say, how old are you? Or what's your favorite color? Because they can't answer back. But you can ask them things like, have you ever wondered about what happens when? And then you tell them the story of how you did that thing, right? Um, and so you can start with a question like that, not a question they're going to answer, but a question that maybe they're going to wonder about. And the question does need to connect to your story. Okay. So when you ask a question, you might say something like, have you ever wondered about da da da? That's not the only one you can use, just one you can use. And it can be at different places during your story. Okay. You can speak directly to the reader when you're writing, but here's some things you cannot do. Repeat after me. Cannot do it. Excellent. You may not say, I hope you enjoyed my story at the end, because that's a first grade thing, and we're almost into fifth grade, so we're not going to do that. Do not say, I hope you enjoyed my story. Do not say, bye, right? Nope, don't do it. Do not say, my name is. Okay, don't do it. So at the beginning of our notes here, we have 3 nots. Do not say, I hope you enjoyed my story. Do not tell them goodbye. And do not say, my name is. Okay. You might say something like, here are just a few examples. Are these the only things you can do? Just a few examples. By now, I guess you're wondering, right? You can start off with the middle of the story, kind of start setting the seed in that rising action. And then by now your reader is thinking, what in the world? How did this happen? What happened? How did it end? What's the resolution? Right? So you might say, by now, I guess you're wondering. Or you may be thinking, and that would have been a good idea, but right? You set up that I had this situation. The right thing to do would have been this, but guess what I did? And then you tell them your story. You can say, you won't believe what happened next, right? Those are examples of ways you can speak directly to the reader in your narrative to help give it voice. You can use humor. One of the great ways to use humor so this doesn't mean like telling a knock knock joke right in the middle of your story randomly, but you can make a joke about something you did, right? It's called like where you're kind of like making a joke about how silly you were, how immature you were, how, careless you were, whatever it is that maybe happened in your story, right? Or so just trying to make a joke about it so that the reader feels connected with you. Okay. So again, this is talking today about using voice. So make sure you jot down some of the notes that I have made here. And we are going to hide a secret image and because we haven't done this in a while, right? And so our um, secret image for today is going to be a microphone because it helps to amplify your voice. So I'm going to use this one right here. And just above my notes up here, I am going to hide my microphone. And if you have a microphone in yours, then I will know that you listened to our lesson to the end. And kudos to you, and you get your extra points. All right, boys and girls, I hope you have a fabulous day. I hope you enjoy thinking about voice in your writing as you read books, which I hope you're doing lots and lots of, especially over spring break. Listen for the voice of the writers. Listen for the voice of the characters coming to life in those books. I hope you have a great day, and I look forward to reading your writing. Take care, guys. Bye.